Right, now we get to the exciting bit. Can I write the opening and first section of my report? So today we are focusing on the two coloured sections, the opening of your report and that first subsection. So this is a diagram of the 2-star right. Obviously, if you're 3-star right, you might have another subsection before the closing paragraph. So today we're focusing on the opening and that first subsection. So let's just remind ourselves of the purpose of an opening. We want to hook the reader in and we want to tell the reader what the report's going to be about. So we did this with our Portia spider. We thought about a question that we could ask. So I've gone back to my penguin and I've gone, did you know not all birds fly in the air? And I've talked about my type of animal, it's a penguin. And I've said that my report is going to be about the appearance, diet and hunting skills of my penguin. Easy peasy, 3 little things that you just need to check and you need to make sure you've got written down so it's clear in your mind. So that's task number 1. Write down a question, what type of animal you're doing and what the report is about. The next section is the purpose of your report. Move this out of the way for a second. The purpose of your subsection. So you want to inform the reader and you want to make sure that you've got detailed facts about the penguin's appearance, say. So let's move this back up here. So my first feature that I want to talk about is the eyes of a penguin. So I'm going to put the first feature, e.g. eyes. I'm going to put eyes. Why is it important? Well, did you know that strong muscles in the eye of a penguin change the shape of the lens, which means that they can have a clear, sharp image on the water and in the water and on land. So the actual eye itself, the lens of the eye, has muscles connected to it that changes how it sees things. So it can stop the reflection in the water, but then when they get on land, it changes again so that they can see really detailed features. So that is my most important fact that I want to mention about the eyes of my penguin. I will then move on to my second feature and decide what that is and why it's important. And my third feature, what it is and why it's important. So that's your task. You need to now think about each subsection. What's your first, second, and third thing that you want to talk about your first subsection? I've gone for appearance here. It's up to you and your plan as to what you have written and which animal you're doing. Now I want to add any new words to my word bank that I've thought about. So if I go back here, I might want to add to my word bank clear, sharp image. I might want to add strong muscles. I want to think about the lens of the eye. So I might be adding those words to yesterday's word bank. And for your final part of the lesson, it is now time for you to write your opening and your first section of your report, now that you've got it really clear in your mind. So I've put the success criteria that we use for the Portia spiders here, just to remind you. So to write the opening of a chronological report, we need formal language. We need to think about our EMPs, which you've created yesterday, and think about your compound and complex sentences. Compound sentences having 2 main clauses joined by your boa conjunctions, but, or, and complex sentences having that subordinate clause joined with as, when, and because. Okay, so think about that very carefully. We're going through this an awful lot quicker than we did for the Portia spiders, and that's because you're now using and revising what we've learned. And then you need to remember for your first section of the report, you are using formal vocabulary again. Have you got an EMP in there? And have you used compound and complex sentences? So that needs to be in both parts of the report that you're writing today. So just the introduction, the opening, and the first section of your report today. If you wanted some sentence starters, I put a couple down here, but you'll still have them listed from the learning last week. Firstly, incredibly, as it approaches, there are a few more that we learned last week. Please refer to them in your learning. Right, good luck, year 3.